Hey y'all, it's Trenton Moore back here again. How are you? I hope everything's going well with all of you all. And of course, I'm here to talk. And what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about ignoring and keeping your cool, right? Staying calm, right? In a heated situation. And what inspired this today was that I was at work. As I tell you, I work at Walgreens. And whenever you're at work, whenever you're, at some place, a facility, however you want to describe it, right? Some place that involves the economy. I don't really know what other way to put into words, but really, I want you all to think about work. Now, one thing when you're at work is that there's always some sort of policy, right? In any type of corporation, in any type of business, there's some type of policy in relation to stuff that you should do, stuff that you shouldn't do, stuff that's okay to do, stuff that's not okay, right? And there's a certain policy that I'm not going to really explain deeply necessarily, but to make a long story short, whenever you're working at, Walgreens, for example, and I don't know how well this applies to other forms of, retail or other source similar to Walgreens, but you can reload money. You can reload money on your card. And specifically, there's typically a limit of $500, right? Now, y'all been working at Walgreens for 4 years. And the rule has always been, if a person walks up and they say, hey, I want to load some money, we always tell them, look, you can do up to 500. You can't do any more than that. You can't even do it on another card and this and that. You can't, I'll load 500, then load 500 again, or I'll do it on this one, then do it. Just can't do that, right? And this customer, and keep in mind, y'all, the line is long. And I'm trying to tell this customer, hey, I'm just being honest with you, man. I've been here for 4 years. We don't do that. And the thing was that I'm not going to lie. As you all already know, I've been, pretty stressed over the past few days. I haven't really been feeling at my best. To be honest with you, if someone were to ask me how am I doing, I would just say I'm okay. I'm all right. Like typically I say I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. Da, 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 da. But I just can't pretend, right? And I can't really say, hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing really what I will say is that I'm going to say I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. And typically when I'm already stressed or I'm not already feeling well, someone's pushing me over the edge or that's just going to make me more frustrated. And so I'm telling the guy, and I'm not even being arrogant or cocky about it or nothing. I'm just like, hey, look, man, I've been here for 4 years. This is what we do. This is store policy. He's like, well, I just did the other day. Like they do this for me every other Walgreens, da, da, da. Like, bro, da, da, da. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? He's like, can you get a manager? Like, she right there. I just did work. And I'm like, all right. And my manager allows it to happen. Now, in reality, this is not supposed to happen. I'm just being honest with y'all. This is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to do this because it's store policy. And look, I could be dead wrong. And if I am, okay, cool. I'll admit that and I'll take that. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Like, it's not about ego for me. And the thing that really threw me off is that it just felt like he was being extremely arrogant and just egotistical about it. Because even after my manager did it, he goes, man, this is my life. Like, I do this. Like, man, I really do it. Like, da, da, da. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, so this is your life. Like, what are you trying to prove to me? Your life is you come in here every other week and every week you load money, this, that. Like, I'm not even making fun of him. I'm just kind of like, I don't really care if that's your life, that's your life. Like, cool, congratulations, that's you. You're your own person. I'm me, right? And so it gets to the point where I just, I go, okay. Like, I really don't even pay too much attention to it because I'm not really I'm not an arrogant person and I don't have an ego. And it just felt like he was just gaining this ego about himself. Like, yeah, like I really do. Like, bro, this is my life. And I'm just kind of like, okay. Like, so what I want to tell y'all about that situation is that I want to remind y'all, ignore and just keep cool when stuff like that happens. Even if you know that you're completely right, you know that someone is in the wrong and you're right and you're most likely right, y'all just remain cool, remain calm, because it's best to keep a situation where it is. You don't want it to over escalate and become more than what it needs to be. And that's simply what I decided to do. I didn't really let it affect me. I mean, if anything, I thought about it, I said, man, this dude just gave me a video idea. Appreciate it. Thank you. Like, I'm not even tripping about it. But I just thought it was very odd. And to be honest with you, another thing is that, look, things work the way they do for a reason. Who knows? He might literally learn the very next day or next time he does it, oh, I'm not even supposed to do that. And then it's going to be like, hey, you could just listen. So that's why I say, man, what comes around goes around as well. So that's why I tell you all in a nutshell, really it's kind of like a story time for the most part. But really the lesson is just keep calm, keep your cool, ignore what needs to be ignored, right? Because sometimes you can just accept what's being tossed at you and just you're gonna let it, beat you up and hit you up, and I'm getting all mad, I'm angry, and that's just not worth it in the end. I'm just gonna be honest with you. At the end of the day, I didn't really let it affect me like that. I was like, well, okay. I mean, that was that. Cool. So yeah, but Stretch More back here again. I just want to give you all a reminder, like, hey, ignore what you need to ignore and keep your cool. I'll see y'all later. Peace.